Kufra, and of course the setup capability of the Kufra. Kufra is deservedly isa sa mga top picks, first 2 picks pag nasa red side. At kaya din pumilit ng glue dito ang RSG. These are 2 of the best heroes for really helping to a team perform well against this very marksman heavy backline heavy meta na nakikita natin ngayon.
Yep. Great points there, Reptar. Alam naman natin na ang meta talaga ngayon is marksman heavy pa rin, even if after M3 they did get some nerfs. The Brody has been very popular in Sibol 2022, such as this Kagura as well, especially in the hands of Aqua. Kamusta ba ang stats ni Aqua dito sa Kagura? Because as far as I remember, it has been highlight after highlight.
Yeah, 4 for 2 right now on the Kagura. 6 games total played for him. Even in the matchup kontra sa Blacklist International, nakuha din siya ng isang highlight or 2. So, of course, even though if you want to bounce back galing sa loss, katulad ng RSG kahapon sa Blacklist International, it's best to stick with your comfort playstyle. At masaya ako noon, nakita ko yung Kagura dito for RSG Philippines. It's a sign that they still really believe in their capabilities at saka sa mga comfort picks nila. Tatanggalin nila yung Lancelot, and ang bilis ng Nxp Evos, tinanggal kagad nila yung Popoling Kupa dito as an option from RSG.
And talaga makikita mo that both coaches are very much prepared against each other despite the short time that they had to analyze each other after last night's game, no? Nxp Evos RSG Philippines, they are now targeting, I think, the core role or the jungler role rather. H2 and Demon Kite. Ano ba yan? Napagsabay ko na H2 and Demon Kite. Still, wala pa silang mga hero dito. Nakita nating mag-Hayabusa si H2 kagabi. In fact, it was very effective against Onyx Philippines. So, parehas na merong Hayabusa si H2 and Demon Kite dito. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not may makakakuha ba ng Hayabusa na yun. And as you said, early to mid-game power spike ang nabibigay ng isang Hayabusa. And right now, who do you think has the better fit here? Because looking at it, I feel like any team right now, getting that Hayabusa would be great.
Oo. Bukas pa din naman Ling, and we are going into the second phase of a draft na kung saan bukas pa rin ang isang pakito. So there's still a lot of options. For Nxp Evos, I'm looking at what their XP laner is gonna be. Kasi kung mag-Yuzong dito si Ureshi, you now have 3 initiators, 3 backline divers na pwede mang disrupt. Pero mabubukas yung backline yan ng Nxp Evos, which if RSG decide to pick up a Hayabusa, it's gonna be really bad. Pero if they pick up something alongside like a Ruby, yes, you have an initiator, pero meron ka ding isang panghinto at pang crowd control sa magda-dive ng backline mo. So depende sa Nxp Evos if they want something a little bit more defensive oriented or offensive oriented on the Yuzong or Ruby pick. So that's what I'm gonna be waiting for. So for RSG, they can hold their jungle pick para sa huling pick nila, or they can pick it up now. Again, Pakito and Hayabusa are open.
Yep, and RSG 20 seconds to pick up their first hero in the second picking phase. No, gusto ko yung bans na nilabas ng Nxp Evos dito. They're really limiting yung options ng gold lane ng RSG. Tinanggalan nila si Iaknu ng mga hero at nabanggit mo na nga ang Pakito ni Demon Kite. This is most likely be going to the jungle role. Nxp Evos, now they have to respond with 2 heroes at yun na ang pangsara ng kanilang composition. They already have engages to the backline and backline damage coming in from the Clint. Maybe a little bit of burst damage would help them out, or maybe sustained damage.
Yeah, yun yung iniisip ko actually. Baka if they're not gonna play the Hayabusa, which might be tough here, baka magano nga sila, mag-Bane dito sa H2. Already 1 game onto that. And it makes sense with the Jawhead, the Matilda, and then paired up with the Bane. Malupit na roaming trio yan. The Ling is still available if they want something that can split push, help manage the waves. So there it is. Yuzong nga ang pinili ng Nxp Evos, more offensive oriented. And it is gonna be the Hayabusa.
Man, you talked about this Yuzong earlier. And alam naman na natin na the Hayabusa, he has one thing to do. It's to kill the backline and safely go out. Wala na tayo masyadong pag-uusapan dyan. Let's talk about the Yuzong. versus the Glue matchup, no? Glue is assumed to be the best offlaner right now in the current meta. Very safe, very strong. But what could Yuzhong actually have against the Glue? Ano ang kalamangan ng isang Black Dragon against this, ano ba to? Blob? Glue.
Glue nga siya eh. Nasa pangalan niya,
glue.
he's a glue. Before I answer your question, last pick here for RSG might either be a carry or an Alice. Looking at it. Oh! Pero Lunox
bago.
pinili nila. Unang Lunox pick niyan dito sa Sibol Phase 2. Going back to your question though, of course, alam natin with the Black Dragon form, the Yuzhong can get around the map much quicker. In terms of the lane matchup though, it might be pretty even dahil nga sa adjustment kay Glue na kung saan pag na-detonate mo yung yung glue na nasa sahig, pag nahampas mo yun, pag na-detonate mo yun, mag-reset yung cooldown ng skill 1 mo, which means in terms of in the XP lane, kung ito yung old glue, well, of course, I'd pick the Yuzhong more. But with the new glue, I somewhat like it. I like his chances and the fact yung passive niya helps reduce helps reduce damage. So that means it's gonna be somewhat pretty even. Pero sa mga team fights, most likely the Yuzhong ang manguna sa papunta dun sa mga team fights dahil mas mabilis siya mag-rotate.
Yeah. And exciting makita kung paano ba gagamitin ng both squads dito yung kalamangan nila in their lanes to transition that into possible early leads. But man, this is just the first game, no? So para sa mga viewers dyan, make sure to share the stream dahil unang laro pa lang sa losers bracket finals between Nxp and RSG Philippines. Ang mananalo dito ay kakalabanin ang Blacklist International mamayang 6 p.m. Let's head on to the Land of Dawn for Game 1, RSG Philippines and Nxpe. Sino kaya ang makakaunang panalo sa series na to?
It's gonna be a slow start for both teams, pero nakita natin ngayon si Light at saka si si Cadenza. Parang pareha sila nag-check ng mga kalaban nilang na jungler. Cadenza, susubukan niya i-last hit to. Just try to force something out of Demon Kite. So this is a pretty standard start para sa laro natin ngayon.
Yeah, and I just have to mention the obvious here. Kita na natin ang mga ating manlalaro para sa last two matches of the day. So RSG on the right and Nxp Evos on the left. Then, ang ganda ng flex ng mga nabuhan nila pero Yakno pinaupo! First blood, Nxp Evos.
Kudos para sa kay Cadenza. Dalawang high impact ejector nakita na. Uy, dual sa gitna! Uy, munti ka na yun.
Grabe naman yun. Ang tatapang ng phosphor nila.
Pareha sila nag-iisip, okay, sige, sino sa atin mauna dito? But mas mukhang delikado dun si Hayes, pero alam din niya na meron din siyang shield makuha sa guiding wind, so that helped out. So far, Cadenza, 2 great ejectors to start off the game. Of course, kanina, nung nasa may orange buff siya ni Demon Kite, pinakapon niya si Light onte, meaning na nakaposition na ang Nxp Evos sa, sa Little Wonder muna. Tapos kanina, yung pick-off nila kay Yakno.
Uy, munti ka na maging off-camera kill. Maghahanap si Demon Kite ng respa kay H2. Low HP with the stun lock. Pakito gets the trade kill. Pero men, sayang hindi natin masyado nakita. Yung ultimate na yon na nanggaling kay H2. It is a 1-4-1 trade. And Turtle, naglalaban na sila para sa control. Punta tayo saglit doon, please, doon sa Yuzhong. It's a 2v1. Demon Kite, Kenji, Ureshi might be in trouble here. Here comes the Furious Time. Hindi tumama. Black Dragon Form, hindi nahabol lang sa pack. In RSG Philippines, they're just gonna go back.
Good decision by RSG Philippines na i-force nila yung attempt kay Ureshi dun sa bottom lane. Pero si Demon Kite on the way to his orange buff, so wala pa magta-turtle. I thought RSG Philippines mapapaisip sila na mag-turtle na sila, seeing as how the XP laner is gone, but seems like hindi pa natin makita yung first turtle fight.
Yeah, na-burn ang flicker ni Light doon. Medyo nawala siya sa pwesto. I feel like this is just the power of the Joy. And sabi ni Demon Kite, oo, nandito ako. Hindi mo na kailangan silipin pa. Pero ito, makukuha na rin niya ang kanyang orange buff. Still, no teams trying to rotate around that turtle. Yung as in massive 3-man rotation. I feel like very low prio on turtle this game.
Yeah. Kenjin, inumpisa na yung positioning niya doon. Demon Kite on his purple buff, pero si Donut and Cadenza umikot na nga. So, next play, Evos, gonna be putting a lot of priority in this turtle.
Nxpe ang naunang maglagay ng pressure around this turtle. 3 tao na o 5 pa nga ata ang hinila nila for this possible first turtle of the game. But RSG Philippines, they have only 3 people. Circling Eagle, papasok doon kay Kenji. Kenji going in. Split, not gonna be enough to keep him alive. Pero sino ka bang nakapag-secure noon? Na-skill ba ni Demon Kyle? Here comes the Demon Kyle. Pero mukhang bababa ang kanyang dahil nabigyan ng shadow kill. Si Light na ata ang sunod. 3 kills na napupunta para sa Nxp Evos at lamang sila 5-1 pero Turtle ang mapupunta sa RSG.
Ang ganda ng turtle steal ni Demon kahit doon, pero ang ganda din ng response ng Nxp Evos, seeing as, okay, he already took down Kenji, hindi na lang nakuha yung turtle, so heroin na lang natin sila. They were able to punish RSG Philippines. At kahit nakuha ng turtle yun ng RSG, mas malaki pa ang goal din ng Nxp Evos dahil mas madami pang hit sila sa mga energy shielding at mas madami pa silang kills.
Definitely a trade won there by Nxp Evos.
Sila?
At pinato pa si Light, wala pang flicker. So, nako, delikado na. Circling Eagle from Apple Fisha. The LA is picking it up. The shadow kill. Mag-isa si Aqua. At na-fade away Shuriken pa ni H2. And now, Nxp Evos, 6 kills ahead from RSG Philippines. Pero sabi ni Demon kahit dyan po sa longga, hindi pwedeng mag-angas. Pero hindi naman pala itutuloy. I just like the respect coming in from RSG Philippines there. Alam nila na hindi pwedeng ituloy yun.
Ito sa mga dahilan kung bakit kung NXP fan ka or just a fan of the MLBB esports scene in general at may knowledge ka sa mga incoming rookies natin para sa MPL Season 9. Si Cadenza, pre, galing niya talaga mag-position at nahinto niya talaga yung momentum ni Light sa pagkuha ng info at saka mag-position sa mapa.
Yeah, wait lang ha. Furious type of racing! Lang sumabog! Grabe ang mga kamao ni Demon Kite. At here comes Cadenza. Naghahanap ng rest back. Echo loud, echo proud down. Nahila pa balik.
Oh, dodge.
Yun niyang overturn. And I feel like this fight shouldn't continue anymore. That is just 1 kill going to the hands of RSG Philippines. Ay,
grabe,
wait
si
lang!
Cadenza na
Sabi,
naman!
nahanap na naman si Light. Nako, delikado namin. This is the 3rd death of Light and you don't want that when you're the post 5.
Oh my goodness, Cadenza. And nakukontinue yung trend na nakita natin kahapon sa RSG Philippines versus Blacklist International where yung post 5, kung sino man yung post 5 for the team, hinahanap talaga nila si Light. And of course, yung mga pro players, familiar sila sa mga pwestuhan ni Satchara pero sandali lang.
Oh, Kenji, split, trying to stay alive. Turtle napunta sa RSG Philippines. If tama ang aking nakita. And now, mid lane ang priority for RSG. They just go back, they don't fight. The discipline showing for RSG.
Oh, at hindi talaga sila makakalaban dito dahil sa scaling ng RSG. Oy, na naman ka din!
Iakno in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle. Pero mga kabab-brilliance palayo. And muntikan na yon, men. The playmaking from Cadenza this game is insane.
It's like, mga isipin mo, 6 minutes or papunta na tayo sa 7 minutes. Parang may isang big time play si Cadenza kada minuto. Grabe naman. Oh, pero si Light, baka gaganti siya.
Light, re-rest back ata. Binalik sa mga tropa. And as the joy going down, here comes Sureshi with the Black Dragon form. Demon kahit babagsak ata. Mega kill para kay Marius Stan. That is Donut with the damage. Genji, mapapasisit-sit sa ilalim ng torre. And that is the fight going to Nxp Evos.
Marius Stan, 402. You know him as Donut. But now, kilala na siya ng RSG bilang isang marksman na masaya na sa farm niya. Ang sakit na ng damage output ng Clint na to dahil sa pabilisan sa pag-farm niya. Of course, nulungan siya ng Nxp Evos, napahirapan si Iaknu. Iaknu only died once, pero that's all the control that Donut needed para makapag-farm. At ngayon, 2-level lead kontra kay Iaknu. Matagal pa ang pang mid to late game scaling dito ng RSG Philippines. Hihintayin nila yung Lunox na yan.
Yeah. Iakno aka Joshua Manaog. Kailangan antayin ng RSG Philippines ang kanilang power spike para makalaban sa Nxp Evos. Dahil ngayon ang kalamangan ng Nxp Evos hindi pa naman ganun kalaki. 3 point something lang. And kaya pa rin bumawi ng RSG. But with this Lord, the first Lord of the game, 8 minutes in, that could give the power spike of Nxp Evos even a bigger boost. Mukhang uncontested pa.
Yun mo, bilis. Sobrang bilis ng take nila sa Lord, of course. in the most recent patch, na-adjust yung Lord timings natin instead of 9 minutes ng 8 minutes para mas mabilis yung pace ng laro. Pero magano, kung-concede play dito ng RSG Philippines.
Concede play for RSG Philippines. Oreshi, very low HP. Demon Knight looking for the dragon. At bumagsak nga si Oreshi in that.
Magandang recovery yun para sa RSG Philippines. And for next play, Evos, well, the fact na nawala si Oreshi, okay lang naman. They have the Lord marching. Of course, most likely ayaw nila ibigay yung kill na yun, but it is what it is. Ito din maganda sa Pakita Jungle at sa lineup ng RSG Philippines. They still have that early to mid game damage talaga na pwede ibigay ng Pakito kahit na hindi pa maka-farm si Aqua, si Yakdo na masyado. You can still rely on Demon Kai to deal the damage. Pero in terms of a big win, baka mahirapan pa yung ang RSG Philippines doon. Siguro 1 or 2 kills at most and then subukan lang nila hindi mag-trade masyado.
Yeah. And now, next play Evos with the Lord marching on the top lane. Ang ganda ng flow nila dito by mid tsaka bot lane. Talagang sabay-sabay bumabagsak. Mahihirapan mag-respond ang RSG Philippines with this play. That's 2 turrets already destroyed. And now next play Evos, they are ahead by 5,000 gold. Ureshi looking for an opportunity here at mukhang nangaano lang siya, no? Na nanggugulang lang ng konti para maka-inhibitor turret ng libre. That's 1 inhibitor turret down. Pero punta tayo bot lane, hindi ko may nangyayari. And that's Demon Kite off-cam kill against H2O.
At si Demon Kite, gusto niya kunin yung purple buff niya pero malayo mga miyembro ng RSG para tulungan siya. Good sense para kay Oreshi na ipa-force back si Demon Kite. Ayaw nila i-risk na makukuha ni Demon Kite yung purple buff niya.
And that trade, no, nakadalawang tore at isang inhibitor turret ang Next Play Evos, pero sadly bumagsak si H2O. Feel like that trade is still won by Next Play Evos, no, kasi inhibitor turret nakaisa sila.
Oh, top of 4. Oh, set up na naman!
Ako, talaga bakit kaya si Light ang paborito ng Next Play Evos? Talagang yung playmaker pa ang hinahanap nila. And now RSG Philippines with no flicker on the Kufra once again. What can we expect once the Lord is up? 30 seconds.
RSG 4K gold lead para sa Next Play Evos. Susubukan nila. May Divine Glaive na dito yung Lunox. So in terms of the damage output, should be okay na at this point. And of course, Nakagura is gonna be one of the problems there. Pero hindi naman ganun ka laki yung lamang ng Matilda ng Nxp, just roughly 600 goals. So with the Lightning Truncheon at saka Clock of Destiny, RSG Philippines, they can really try to contest this Lord kung gusto nila. Pero dapat mag-ingat lang sila sa split push na naman!
Kailangan na rin mag-ingat ni Light. It doesn't even matter kung siya yung tank, parang napapatunaw din ng Next Play Evos position 5 tank ng RSG Philippines na si Light. Hindi pa rin naman ganoon kalaki ang kalamangan ng Next Play Evos in RSG Philippines. Definitely still inside this game, but it seems na nahihirapan silang maghanap ng mga oportunidad nila.
No, malayo. Hindi ito makukuha ng RSG Philippines. Masyado malayo si Demon Kite. Ay, Cadenza!
Ay nako, nahuli naman si Light pero may immortality pa naman para makabili ng oras pero bumagsak agad ng Kufra pagkagising niya, Apple P siya, hindi ata ma-connect ang grab doon ng H2. Hinihintay na lang niyang mawala. Bren lang daw ang malakas. Mukhang babagsak ata si Ellie Hayes. But this is a 4v1. Genji will inevitably fall down. At ayan na nga, Next Play Evos, they take 2 for 1 at ang Lord.
Despite all of that, dalawa lang miyembro lang nawala sa RSG Philippines. Pero Cadenza again opening that up with a pick-off onto Light. Light talaga ever since yesterday, ever since the fight against Blacklist International, hindi siya pinapabayaan ng mga teams na makaposisyon, makahanap ng sariling tempo niya. Of course, in the early parts of the 2022 national team selection, Light, malaking factor siya kung bakit nakakapag-succeed ang RSG Philippines. Yung mga setups niya, yung info na kuha niya. And ever since yesterday, hindi niya nagagawa yon na masyado dahil nga sa counterplay na ginagawa ng mga katapat niya sa roam roll.
Yeah, Kenji, malalim sa likod. Nahanap nga si Donut. Mario Stan, half HP already. pero yung Lord ay bumibili ng napakadaming oras and off-cam killing spree for H2, and he's gonna survive. John Paul Salonga with a key pickup on Demon Kite, and now they're gonna go here down bot lane, mid lane as well. Nagbabagsakan ng mga inhibitor turrets for the side of Nxp Evos. RSG Philippines forced to defend.
Red team base turret has been
At this
destroyed.
point, without Demon Kite, inevitable na mawawala yung mga torre nila. Pero si Cadenza na naman!
Oh, Cadenza ng gulat! Oh no! It looks to be a mega kill for H2. RSG Philippines, dalawa na lamang natitira. Manawag, sinusubukan mag-defend. Desperation play galing dito kay Knight, pero base na ang sabi ng Nxp Evos. That is game 1 going NXP.
Wow!
Victory!
I think, para sa maraming nanonood ngayon, you can definitely say